What's up, everybody? This is Jay Floyd, aka Big Bro. Listen, I wanted to come chop it up with y'all, man, and sit in the family room with y'all real quick. One of the things, the testimonies of my life, man, is that I had a really difficult childhood, like a lot of people, man. There's a lot of things that hurt me, and as I was going through my life, relationships were stagnant. Kept hitting the same wall, not understanding what was going on with my relationships with women, with my relationships with my friends. My career wasn't where I wanted it. My passions didn't go where I wanted them, My pursuit in things like music and my, trying to apply my talents didn't go the way I wanted. And I really didn't understand what was going on. I felt like I was going through the motions a lot. Like there was nothing I could really commit myself to. I was never 100% all in. I was kind of coasting, man. I was just kind of going. You know what I mean? I had some things going on. I didn't realize all the ways that I was not fully applying myself. You know what I'm saying? I felt like life was happening to me. I wasn't really living life. It was just happening to me. I was nervous and fearful about things. I wouldn't go places a lot. I would stay in the house. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I went through a long journey, man, counselor, therapist, friends, mentors, church. All of these pieces started to come into place for me, right? And people helped me understand what was going on with me. And I think one of the things I always tell people, man, is you can't get to that next level until you finally just stop and say, what's wrong with me? Turn around and look at the stuff that happened to you in the past and say, how is that still affecting my walk? How is that still affecting me going forward? For me, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. I know y'all have all heard of it, PTSD. For a lot of people, you may hear about it in the military, but for a lot of people in regular life, it happens. For me, it happened from a traumatic childhood. It happened from things that happened to me. It happened from my brother being murdered. It happened from losing both of my parents. It's these kind of things you're not supposed to see in life. So your brain and your mind and your psyche are not equipped to handle it without a lot of work to heal it, right? That's a lot of damage. So I was walking around with a lot of that damage. And one of the problems with post-traumatic stress disorder, one of the ways that it manifests, it will manifest in your relationships. So you will have because you've lost something in the past and you feeling that feeling again, you will fear creating new permanent relationships, or you will start to subliminally sabotage them or create ones that really you already know they're gonna fall apart. It's really not, you don't even invest yourself all the way. You don't really you don't get broken apart when it falls apart. You kind of expect it. Set yourself up for it. That's what I went through. And like I said, through my therapist, through my mentors, through my pastor, through meeting my wife, I was able to put a lot of the pieces back together with a lot of help, a lot of God's help, and God sending me a lot of people. And one of the things that God sent to me on my journey was that you should reach back and help other people go through the same thing, right? So what I did was I put together what I call the basic building blocks to overcoming some of those things. And I put it right here in my book, The Driver's Seat, right? When I put this book out, when I released this book, I went around the city doing workshops, right? Because I didn't want to just release this book and then just set up a book signing where I just sign it, sell it to you, take your money, you get it, and no. I wanted to really sit with you in your face and tell you why I wrote every word in this book, why I wrote every chapter, and give you a visual picture of why I did it. So I created a workshop called The Driver's Ed, and people showed up. And I was able to sit with people and give them the meat and potatoes of this book. Because of the pandemic, I'm not able to do that anymore. But because God is good and because God is a provider, we have the technology where I can still give it to you right now. I have a video up for each chapter. So the book is set up like driver's ed, man. It's to teach you how to get up out of the backseat of your life. Right? That's the problem that I had, and that's the problem that a lot of people, a lot of my life coaching clients have had the same thing. That's the reason why I wrote this book, because I found myself telling the same stories and giving the same steps. So I was like, let me just put it in a manual. The driver's seat, right? How to get out of the backseat of your life and drive in your God-given purpose, right? Chapter 1. Your life is a vehicle. You got to start seeing your life as a vehicle. Chapter 2, identify the seatbelt so you know that you're in the back seat and find out what's got you strapped in. Chapter 3, have the courage to drive. Take charge in your life. Chapter 4, repair your roads. You built a lot of bad roads in your life. Now you got to go back and start repairing them so you can drive everywhere. Chapter 5, the journey begins. Get on your journey, man. It's the journey, not the destination. It's the journey, not the destination. And chapter 6, stay focused on the road. Get rid of all the distractions. Keep the blinders on in certain areas. You can do this, man. So right now, we're going to walk through this, man. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining me today, man. I hope y'all are ready. I hope y'all got your notes. You ready to take notes? Hope you got you some black water, man, because we're going to need some water as we get through this, man. Stay hydrated. We got 6 chapters to go through, man. Let's do this, man.